people are struggling to think of what to give me for my birthday, hint, hint, friends and family, Lego is where to go, because if it's not BTS, if it's not books, then it's Lego. Hi and welcome back to my channel. I'm Hamida. If you didn't already know that, I mean, you probably do, but I just want to tell you my name again. Anyway, we're going to be doing something a little bit different today in this video. In my last video, if you've watched it, if you haven't, go watch it. I said at the end of the video, I said I wanted to try something else. Like, I enjoy watching a lot of TV shows and I love talking about TV shows. People who know me know that I do, and I force people to watch my favorite TV shows. If I think a TV show is good and I think you'll enjoy it, I will be like, I will not stop like recommending it until you watch it. I am that irritating person that won't force you to watch something just because I enjoyed it. So I thought, you know, why not? Why don't I just make a video about, why don't I do two things I love? Make a video about and talk about my favorite TV shows that I've watched and build my new Lego set, which is the BTS Dynamite Lego, which I got for my birthday. Thank you, sir. Today's video is just me talking about my favorite TV shows, why I enjoy them, what they're about, while I build my Lego set. So let's get into it. I don't know how long this is going to take me to do. So bag one, I've opened bag one already because it makes a lot of crinkly noise. So I was like, I don't really want to make that much noise. Anyway, so bag one, I've got my little book here to help me. First TV show I'll be talking about is Shadowhunters. A lot of people probably have heard about this book. TV show? Sorry, it's a book. Okay, The Mortal Instruments by Cassandra Clare. A lot of people love her books. I personally am not a big fan of Cassandra Clare. I'm just not a big fan. Have I read all the books? Yes, I have. Like, she recently brought a new book out. I can't remember what it's called, but I enjoyed it. But Shadowhunters wise, a lot of book fans don't like the TV show. And that's understandable, that's fair. I'm quite, when I enjoy a book and I see it adapted into a TV show or a movie, I'm quite picky about it. So fair, whatever, fair, so your feelings are valid. Me saying that it's one of my favorite TV shows is not me saying that it's the best TV show out there. It's definitely not the best TV show. Like, acting wise, writing wise, CGI wise, special effects wise, not the best. I mean, season 2 got better, but overall, I wouldn't say it's the best TV show out there, but to me, it's my favorite, and I really enjoyed that world. Shadowhunters is about a girl named Clary. On her 18th birthday, she got into this art school that she really wanted to get into, and her and her friend Simon decided that they were going to go celebrate. So they went to a club, Pandemonium, and Clary was seeing Jace, who is a Nephilim, who is not a Nephilim? Is he a Nephilim? He's half angel, half human, and she kept seeing him and other people that are part of the shadow world, but Simon couldn't see them, so she was a bit confused. Anyway, she follows them into the back and she saw a fight break out, and she decided to try and interfere and put a stop to it, because it's Clary and she's very annoying. She picks up the blade, which is the Seraph blade, I think that's what it's called, and the season 1 Seraph blade was so bad. Like, it was like a glow stick, basically. Like, you pick it up and like it glows and it extends. Anyway, Clary picks it up, and the blade, the Seraph blade, only works if you can only hold it if you are part of the shadow, like if you're a shadow hunter. So Clary holds this, but she doesn't do that. She holds the knife, and it basically unalives somebody, and Clary was distraught, and my girl runs back home to her mom, and, you know, starts going. She was in hysterics, basically, and was telling her mom about what happened and what she saw. Her mom was like, oh, by the way, we are Shadowhunters. Shows her little tattoo runes. Season 1 runes were so bad. They look like, I know that, like, it's supposed to be like a burning set, like when they draw their runes, it's like supposed to be like a scar, but it didn't turn out well on TV. In the TV show, in the movies it was okay, but in the TV show not so great. but it got better in season 2. Anyway, Clary's mom was like, oh, by the way, this is what is happening. This is, you know, life. And decided that Clary was not safe. And Clary was then portaled to Luke, who is this... Clary doesn't know this yet, but Luke was a werewolf, but a really close family friend. So Jocelyn, Clary's mom, decides to use Dot, Dot was Clary's mom's friend. She's a warlock, and she opens the portal, sends Clary to Luke, and then Clary overheard Luke saying some stuff, and she thought Luke had betrayed them, so she runs away again. Runs back home. Found Dot looking a bit weird and asking where the mortal cop was, and Clary was like, I don't know what you're on about. I don't know a mortal cop. Anyway, Dot tries to attack her and something happens. Jace comes out of nowhere, the blonde comes out of nowhere, saves Clary, takes Clary back to the institute, the institute where all the Shadowhunters in wherever they are like meet up and whatever. And Clary wakes up and, you know, she's in the shadow world. She sees all these things and she meets Alex, she meets Isabel, she meets Jace, she meets people from the shadow world basically. Anyway, all in all, Clary finds out that her dad was the villain who wants to overthrow, like, basically wants to rule, wants to get rid of all the downworlders who are the warlock, the vampires, the werewolves, and stuff like that. And Clary doesn't have any memories of her being a shadow hunter, and that's because her mom used a warlock, Magnus. Shout out to Magnus Bane, the best character out there. Used Magnus to erase Clary's memories whenever she encountered anything from the shadow world. So they tried to go find a memory, and Magnus tried to, you know, Magnus got rid of the memories basically, and they had to try and find another way to get Clary's memories and save Clary's mom, because Valentine, Clary's dad, who's the villain, is taking Clary's mom, and said that for Clary to get her mom back, she needs to bring the mortal cup. And Clary's like, I don't know what this mortal cup is, whatever. Anyway, it's just them trying to fight. Season 1 was just them trying to make Clary remember understand the shadow world and save her mom, find the mortal cup, get rid of Valentine. And season 1 of that show was so bad. Oh my god, it was I can't lie, it was very bad. It was very, very bad. It was very, very bad. I can't lie. Oh, I don't know what to tell you. It was so bad. When I first... TV show, movie-wise, I enjoyed the movie, okay? The movie was good. The only thing I thought that the movie got right was the casting for Clary and Jace and Simon, because I like Robert Sheen. But Alec and Isabel casting in the movie, oh my god. And I know that this is... a lot of people might not agree with me, but I prefer TV show Magnus to movie Magnus. I just felt like Harrison Jr. embodied what Magnus Bane, who Magnus Bane was or is. Like, that Harrison Jr. is Magnus Bane. And if you don't agree with me, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know if I'm gonna get with this because I keep talking and I can't. I'm very bad at what's the word? I'm very bad at I've realised that I'm very bad at multitasking. So bear with me. Movie was okay. It was I guess the special effects was okay. It was good, I guess. However, I just wasn't, you know, a big fan. It wasn't my cup of tea. I just like the casting because I still think the movie casting of Jace in particular, because Jamie Bell Campbell was how I envisioned Jace when I read the book, not what TV show Jace looked like. And Alec from the TV show is how I envisioned what Alec would look like in the book, and easy. The TV show got the casting right, aside from... in season 1, I would say that they didn't... Clary's actress wasn't Claire. I just didn't see as Clary, and Jace's actor wasn't Jace. But in season 2, Catherine McNamara kind of like changed my opinion because she got better. Her acting was atrocious in season 1. Oh my god. She definitely just came off Disney. There's nothing wrong being a Disney actress, but like, she was definitely a Disney actress. And you can tell in season 1 of Shadowhunters. And It was so bad. TV show wise, I felt like the story, I enjoyed the story more. But I know people are going to be like, but the movie only got one. The movie was only the first book, and the TV show had the chance to like do other things. I mean, did they step out of like the book story? Yes, whatever. We don't like that. But at the end of the day, I still think it's the best show I've seen. My favorite show, not the best. Let me not. People don't come for me. The best, my favorite TV show, not the best show ever, but my favorite TV show. Anyway, the show went on for 3 seasons. We got to see the whole, oh my god, Jason and Clary, are they siblings? Are they not siblings? It was very weird. Cassandra Clare was weird for that. My favorite characters on the TV show were Alec and Magnus, for obvious reason. I'm a big Malik fan. Episode 12 of season 1, named Malik, with Ruel's song War of Heart playing. That scene, if you've not seen that scene, I suggest you search on YouTube. Search season 1, episode 12, Malik on YouTube, and watch it and come back and comment what you thought. Because if you've not seen it, I don't know what to say. I love that scene. That episode was my favorite episode of season 1. Okay, if you're a big Malik fan, oh, it was the best thing I've ever seen in my life. It was the best. It was the best. Anyway, first season was so bad that even though I said that episode 12 was my favorite, first season was awful. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It was so bad. Where's what I was looking at? 1 second. It was atrocious. I think I watched the first episode and just never went back to the show. And then episode 12 aired, and I just was like, oh, I guess I'm gonna have to give the show another go, because I felt like I wasn't being, well, because I was excited for Malik, I can't lie. I was like, you know what? I saw the teasers for the Malik episode, and I was like, oh, I guess I gotta go back and, like, force myself through. Because the acting was, I can't. I've been thinking of doing a rewatch, so I might do a rewatch, so you can, I might do a rewatch, like a reaction rewatch video, because I've not rewatched this show since the show got cancelled. I've rewatched it, but never fully since the show got cancelled, because I can't put myself through it. But I might do it and do a reaction video to it. But yeah, what's the word I'm looking for? I stopped watching after episode 1 or 2, and then I saw the teaser for episode 12, which is the Malik episode, and I was like, oh, I guess I gotta go back and watch it all. So I put myself through it. It was okay. It wasn't bad. It wasn't as bad as I thought that it would be after watching the first episode and stopping, but it wasn't great. The acting was not. There was a scene where the actor Clary had to shout when they were drawing a rune on her when they were gonna summon the demon at Magnus's loft, and they told the actress to scream, and the scream was like, even you can say, you can say action and tell me to scream, and I'll give you a good scream, but her scream was atrocious. I was like, oh my god, like, didn't no one teach her how to scream? And anyway, she improved, I guess. Anyway, I went back, watched it. Episode 12 was amazing. I was like, I guess I gotta stick it out now, we got my Alec and Magnus are like, they've kissed, and I was like, I guess I gotta stay. So I stayed, and then season 2, like, the teasers for season 2 was dropped, and I was like, whoa, budget. And they clearly had budget. They clearly did. It was so much better. The serif blade had gotten better. The looked better. The effects looked better. The production looked better. The other problem I had is, why is it when TV shows get good, we lose lighting? It's like they put all the money towards everything else but lighting. It was so difficult to see some scenes because they were so dark. And I just don't understand. Sorry. I'm just a bit lost. Huh? So that goes in there. Ow. that goes in there. I think there's some stickers here. There's a sticker here to... Season 2 started so cool. Aside from the whole lighting situation, season 2 was... the first episode, I was gagged. I can't lie. I was like, okay, Netflix, okay, Freeform. I see what you're doing. And I was like, at this point, I was like, oh, I'm so glad. I'm so happy that I kept watching and putting myself through the whole first season, because it was just so good. The runes look better, like, even though a lot of people had thinking like, oh, it's supposed to look like a burn. I don't care, like, it didn't translate well on TV when they did it in season 1. So what did they do? They decided to make them look like tattoos. And I can't lie, Alec Lightwood's neck one, I can't remember what that rune's called, the neck one, it was beautiful. I feel like I enjoyed a lot of the episodes from season 2, so I can't really choose. But I will never forget, I don't know if people remember, if you've watched it, if you watched this, let me know if you remember in the comments, where it was Alec and Magnus's first time, and Alec was nervous and whatever. And then he has a conversation with Izzy, his sister. Oh, Alec and Izzy Lightwood are the best sibling duo out there ever. Nothing is stopping their sibling duo. And he goes to Izzy and be like, I'm scared, I'm worried, I've never done this before. And Izzy gave her like, if it's the right thing, if it's what you want, if it's what you and Magnus wants, and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, Alec goes to Magnus's loft, or Magnus's whatever, and goes, oh, I'm ready, I feel ready, blah, blah, blah. And they start kissing, and Magnus was like, oh, hold up, I don't think I'm ready. And Alex was like, don't quote me. Alex was like, what you afraid of, what you scared of? And then Alex starts kissing, pushing Magnus in, and it goes fades into black. The uproar this caused in the fandom, and everyone's like, Magnus didn't give consent, rah rah rah, like, no, that's unacceptable. Magnus, you can tell that Magnus wasn't ready, and Alex forced himself, rah rah rah. Like, yeah, it was like that. Like, we were angry, and I was so glad that the the writers listened to us, because then in in season 2, episode 18, they did a flat. At what cost? The episode was not going great, and Alec and Magnus weren't in a good place. But anyway, there was like a flashback to that episode. I think it was episode 7, and there was a flashback, and it shows that, like, when they got into the bedroom, Magnus was more scared of Alec, seeing his eyes and blah, 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 yada yada. Anyway, it was all resolved that there was consent given, and I was so glad that the writers actually, like, listened to us. Like, the one thing the Shadowhunters writers did was actually listen. You might call it fan service, whatever, but they actually listened to us. Okay, season 1 we got 13 episodes. Season 2 we got 20 episodes or 20 something episodes. I can't remember. I was like, okay, we're doing this, and then we got renewed for season 3. We're like, okay, we're doing something, we're going somewhere. And then season 3 aired, and we were doing, like, the story had kind of like maybe dwindled, like, storyline dwindled a bit. It wasn't as exciting, but I was still enjoying the show. I was like, I felt like at least they could finish the Mortal Instrument books, I think there's 6 books in the Mortal Instrument. Like, I thought like maybe like they'd give us 6 seasons of that whole books, and then and I think they'd already announced that the Infernal Devices, which is another series in the Shadowhunter universe, was also like being made into a TV show. So I was like, at least we'd get 6 seasons of Shadowhunters, the Mortal Instrument, whatever. And then season 3 was airing, and they were talking about renewing, filming season 3B, and season 3 was doing so well that we thought that season 4 was like literally done deal. And then when they started announcing new seasons, Shadowhunter got cancelled, and it said season 3B was gonna be like the last. And I kid you not, I will never forget this day. It was in 2018. I woke up, it was around 2 a.m. in the morning, and something just told me to look at my phone. I looked at my phone, and what did I see? You would not believe it. I looked on Twitter, and it's like, no, I was like, what's going on? And my show got cancelled. I kid you not, I'm not even embarrassed to say this, I burst into tears. I started crying. I cried my eyes out, because I was like, oh my god, like, why would they cancel the show? It was doing so good, yada yada yada. And I was distraught. Like, to this day, I still am distraught. I'm still sad about it, and to this day, I've not been able to get myself into a TV show as hard as I did with Shadowhunters, because you're not about to catch me slipping. I'm not about to be heartbroken when a TV show gets cancelled. In this day and age, anyway, we'll get eight episodes, and after the first season, the show gets cancelled. No, thank you. Actually, a few months prior to that, I had gone to the convention and met the actors. I met Matthew Daddario, who played Alec. I met Isaiah Mustafa, who played Luke. And I met Kat, who plays Clary. I met like most of the cast members. And I was very distraught. I was so distraught. And what's going on here? I feel like I've missed something, you know. So yeah, that was Shadowhunters. Like, I feel like people should give that show a try. I feel like people didn't give it enough chance to, you know, be something. It was a good show. It was easy to watch. You fly. It wasn't something that you had to crack your brain open to understand. It was pretty simple. It's mellow. Would I recommend it to people? Yes. I'd just be like, going into season 1, just prepared to be cringed out, because the acting was atrocious. The CGI was awful. The special effects were awful. The writing was but stick it out. Stick it out. The next show is The Originals. If you don't know The Originals is part of the Vampire Diaries universe. Me, not a big Vampire Diaries fan at all. Maybe it's because it's the love triangle nonsense malarkey. I was not a Leno fan. I did not like any of, aside from the clips in like little snippets I've seen of like Bonnie Bennett. I don't like that show. I don't like the characters. I don't like anybody. The only time I actually like tuned in was when the Originals, which were Klaus, Elijah and Rebecca, appeared on the show, because everybody was raving about them. So I like tuned in for those episodes that they were in. But then as soon as I found out that the show was getting, Vampire Diaries was getting a spin-off show, and it was going to be called The Originals, and it's going to focus on the Originals, Klaus, Elijah and Rebecca, I was like, count me in, I'm ready. Klaus, Elijah and Rebecca are siblings. They are the Originals, the first ever. They're the Originals. It's in the name. And it follows them and their dynamic. Klaus, Elijah and Rebecca travel back to New Orleans, and when they got back there, they found out that it wasn't what it was before they left. So now Marcel, who was kind of like an adopted son of Klaus / brother / friend / enemy / whatever. That whole family dynamic was dysfunctional. Anyway, he's ruling New Orleans, and he's put fear in these people. No one's allowed to do witchery, nonsense, no whatever. Marcel's in charge. Just, that's that. Marcel is in charge. So what the... Obviously, Klaus wasn't happy with that. He's come back and was like, whoa, who made you the king? You know, stuff like that. And Marcel doesn't like the Originals. He thinks that they just come and they just, you know, take over everything. And he was not a big fan of that. And the Originals, basically, the first season was basically them Klaus trying to gain back control, which he never really lost, because everyone, even Marcel was scared of Elijah, because of Klaus, because Klaus is very unhinged. Klaus is action first, think later kind of person. He'll kill you first, and I'll alive you first, and then think about it. Maybe not even think about it. He just moves on with his life. Whereas Elijah is more calculated. He'll give you warning. He'll let you do whatever you want to do, and then if you piss him off, he'll unalive you too. And then there's Rebecca. She was annoying. She was in love with Marcel, and it's all, oh my god, no. I didn't really care for Rebecca. And then there's Haley. I love Haley. Haley was the werewolf who was pregnant with Elijah's. So Haley was pregnant with Klaus's kid, Klaus's one night stand. And obviously, because Klaus is Klaus, an original, everybody... Haley needed protection, and obviously Klaus's kid, Klaus's whatever. It took a while to convince Klaus to let Haley keep the baby, and Haley wants to keep the baby too, whatever. And it's just them trying to protect their family. Even though they are dysfunctional, they love each other. Like, Klaus might get annoyed by Rebecca, Elijah. He might like he unalives. They unalive each other very frequently. Like my guy put not a steak, a steak through his brother and his sister's heart because he could, and he was annoyed by them. Put him to sleep for however many years because he was annoyed by them. And yeah, and that's 1 second. I'm a bit confused. Is it? I prefer the originals to Vampire Diaries because there was just a lot more storyline and more action and more gore, more unaliving, and the characters were more enjoyable. I love the dynamic between the whole family. You know that they love each other, but they show it in such a complicated way. I don't know how to I don't know how to explain this show to you. It's just very good. I will never forget the day that I watched the finale of that show. I was already annoyed by the whole season 5. Like, if you don't want to know spoilers, move on. If you're gonna watch it, don't just skip because I'm gonna give spoilers. Anyway, Haley dies. Season 5. They're all this like Haley dies, right? And it was the way her death happened really annoyed me because I just felt like there's no way that Elijah wouldn't save Haley. There was just no way. Like Elijah and Haley ends up falling in love, but like but obviously Haley has Klaus's kid and they have this really cute friendship and like co-parenting, whatever. It took a while to get to that stage. But the fact that Elijah didn't save Haley, I just feel like it's so out of character, and I would never forgive Julie Plec for doing that nonsense, pulling that nonsense. But I felt like she likes her whole, make a kid an orphan because Klaus and Haley's kid Hope had grown up at this point, and obviously there's this evil force trying to find her. She's found out that she's like a tribrid, because obviously Klaus is a hybrid. Klaus is a vampire and a werewolf, and her mom's a werewolf, and then turns out that actually Klaus's family line is like a witch line, so she's got the whole shebang basically, so which makes her like she's got a target on her back basically. And I know that they were trying to do a spin-off for the daughter called Legacies. I never watched it, but I don't understand why you had to unalive her mom to give her a sub-story. I just don't know why Haley had to die. And then the finale as well, you're telling me, I was sobbing so hard. I cried so hard during that finale because Klaus and I keep forgetting that I'm doing this, buddy, because I'm getting into my talking. Because Klaus and what's it called? Klaus and Elijah at the end, like they unalive each other. They like stab each other in the heart. They had this really cute, heartfelt moment, and it was like Elijah was like, "It's been a pleasure" or something like that, doing this with you. And I was like, like sobbing so hard because I was like, no, I was like, Julie, why do you have to like either keep Elijah because so that Hope had Elijah, or leave Klaus, her dad, to live. No, Julie Plec made Klaus and Elijah unalive each other because in the hopes of saving whatever, because the world is better off without them, yada yada yada, they've done their whatever. And obviously Rebecca got her wish to like be able to be, I think she became human. I never followed through with that storyline, but like I just felt like it was unnecessary to unalive Hope's uncle, her dad, and her mom, and they say like why? Just so she can have a sub-story for her own show? I just felt it was stupid, and I'll never forgive Julie Plec for that nonsense because it was atrocious. Anyway, that's on that. And 1 second, I have no clue what I'm doing. Original is another show where like you can't tell me anything about that show. Like I will not listen to you. I'm the only one who's allowed to fault that show. But I have nothing to, aside from the last season and the ending, I have nothing bad to say about that show. It's 100% better than the Vampire Diaries. I know the Vampire Diaries fans are gonna come at me. It's 100% better than that show. But maybe it's because I just don't like a love triangle like show that's focused on all love and romance and whatever and whatnot. But yeah, I Me personally, I prefer what's it called? I preferred the originals to. I realized that I can't what's the word, multitask, because I keep forgetting that I'm supposed to be doing this while I'm talking to you guys, but I haven't gotten very far. This is quite hard. My favorite characters are definitely Klaus and Elijah, and then followed by Haley, and then followed by Marcel, followed by, I feel like my top bottom, and Freya, their sister, she was up there. I hated Davina. Oh my god, could not stand her. She was a witch. And who else did I like? And then like I feel like Rebecca and Hope are like, Hope when she was younger, I loved her. But older version Hope, not coming at the actress. The actress did a good job. She didn't deserve any of the hate she got. But like Hope, adult Hope just wasn't giving, and I just felt like I just didn't care for her. And once my favorite character died, Haley died, Klaus died, Elijah died, there was no need for me to still continue watching any show that was part of that universe. I just did not care, so I stopped. I didn't even watch the spin-off. Did that work? Does that work? Oh no, guys. Oh yeah, it works. The ice cream. I feel like that's the fridge. So where does that go? Does that go here? Guys, it's coming along. I'll zoom in when it's done, you know. So yeah, the originals was just that's another show that I tend to rewatch a lot. Like I have no problem rewatching it because I just felt like by season 5, like it was the right time to end the show because Julie Plec was just doing nonsense. Julie Plec was the showrunner, if you didn't already know. She was doing nonsense. So I personally wasn't as distraught about it ending. I was more distraught about Klaus and Elijah dying. I was more upset about that, so I felt like it was time for that show to end. Like, and there's another show where we've got so many episodes. Like, I am so sick and tired of this day and age where we only get 6 to 8 episodes a season, and then we have to wait a whole 2 years before we get another season, and it's just very annoying. Another TV show that I was obsessed with back then was I'm sure a lot of people know about this one, Pretty Little Liars. I started watching Pretty Little Liars when it was literally when it started airing. I started the show when it started airing. Pretty Little Liars, if you don't know what it is about a couple of girls who were friends. One of the girls goes missing, and all of a sudden that they are fighting for their lives because there's someone who's called A who is trying to basically unalive them and put them through as much torture as you can possibly think of. So you've got Aria, you've got Spencer, you've got Hannah, you've got Allison, and you've got, is it Emily? There are 5 of them. And yeah, they were all friends, and then Allison goes missing on a night, and all hell broke loose in the whole of however many seasons that show got. I think it got like 6-7 seasons before it got cancelled or it ended, and it was just them trying to figure out who A is, and it was a good show, like for the what it was about. It was a good show. You enjoyed the show. I enjoyed the show. It was an easy watch. But after a couple of seasons, I think after like season 6, after season 6, I was just over the show. I was ready for it to end. Again, it was another show that like you got many you got many seasons of. So it had ran its course. So I was over it. When you go back to look at that show, it's so problematic. Like, why were we all like rooting for Arya and Ezra? Like Ezra was her teacher. Arya was a minor. Yeah, she was a minor, and we were rooting. We're like, oh no, Ezra and Arya end game. Why was that allowed? Thinking about that, I really don't know why that was allowed. I think back at it, I was like, I can't believe we were rooting for them. I mean, not me, because I did not like I was not a big fan of Ezra. But they got married and everyone's like, oh my god, Arya and Ezra endgame, they got married. I was like, Ezra needs to be in jail. Like, how are you gonna... fair enough, you didn't know who you slept with when you met her or whatever, but then you found out she was a student and then you continued the relationship. That's crazy behavior. I can't believe that was allowed. They allowed the amount of things that was allowed back then, or they will get away with it now. I tell you that. But yeah, we really are getting somewhere. Look, it's the ice cream man. Then they're like, can you see it? Yeah. Yeah, Pretty Little Liars. That was another one that I stayed up at stupid o'clock to watch because they're all American TV shows, so they ran at like 8 p.m. in America and it was like 1 a.m. in the UK, so I would stay up and like watch it. And another show that like by the end I was over it. There was like leaks of like who the people thought A was, and the people like, oh no, it can't be this, it can't be that. But like there was one that I saw that people guessed, and literally when I was watching that finale and there was that scene, if you don't like, I don't know, I'm just gonna spoil it, it's been out for ages if you haven't watched it, whatever. There was that scene where Spencer got knocked out and she woke up and she was in a room and it was a mirror. I mean, it was a glass room and she was looking, she had her hand on her head and she was looking straight at I don't know why I was looking at them because there's a mirror in front of me. She was looking straight ahead. There was a mirror, she was in a glass room and she was like rubbing her head because she got knocked out, and she kept staring. She just kept staring, and I was like, you are not gonna pull that. Like, people were like, Spencer's gonna have an evil twin and whatever. So when they kept like zooming in and focusing on her staring at her reflection, I was like, it's like they're gonna... Oh, I was so annoyed. And then like the other Spencer in the opposite side of the room put her hand down, and Spencer was like, there's two of me. It turns out that Spencer had an evil British, because she had she has an awful... Was it a Cockney accent? I can't remember. I watched it many years ago, and it was awful. And it was Spencer, and she was basically getting revenge or whatever. And then I later found out, maybe like this year, I think, or last year, like this show was based on books. I didn't even know that, but like it didn't really follow the books because the book was too out there to actually like follow, apparently, according to this girl that was telling me. So it turns out that in the book, Alison had a twin, and I think the twin was called Courtney or something like that. Anyway, Courtney gets sent to a mental health institute. She escapes, then pretends to be Alison, then kills the real Alison. And it was the real Alison that went missing. No, did she kill the real Alison? No, did she kill the real Alison? No, Courtney comes back, pretends to be Alison. So the real Alison gets sent to the mental health institute, and then this Courtney pretends to be Alison gets killed, and then when the show started with, oh, Alison's missing, it's because it wasn't the real Alison that was missing. It was Courtney pretending to be Alison that has now been killed, and now people are looking for her because she's missing. Anyway, I was like, what? It was all over there. So I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I don't care. I don't care. The show was good. Had a good run. I think the Dollhouse season episode was my favorite by far. Like, imagine waking up thinking you're in your bedroom and then you open the curtain and it's just wall. You open the door, it's just wall, and you're just trapped in there. And like there's like a radio in the corner of your room just like talking to you and telling you things, and like playing some creepy ass doll music. Ugh. That episode 8, I loved the Dollhouse. I think it was a couple of episodes, the Dollhouse season. And Mona, she was a crazy girl. Crazy girl. And that's another one of my favorite shows, and it was very, what's the word? I enjoyed it, and it was what's the word I'm looking for? They don't do shows like this anymore. That's what I've noticed. Like, I miss like watching shows like this where, you know, everyone's tuning, everyone's talking about it. It's got like a big massive fandom. Like, you don't really do that anymore. Like, because like now shows come out and it's when shows air, they come out all at once and people watch them like all in one sitting, and then nobody talks about it, and then everyone moves on, and it's quite sad because I miss when like show used to air every every week, and everybody will talk about it, like, you know, like they do with like House of Dragons when it came out, and Percy Jackson and all of that. But like, it's not the same when you're giving me 8 episodes and then I'm having to wait 2 years for the next season to come out, and you're not even sure if you're gonna get a next season. Like, shows back then, you were guaranteed, like, if you were a CW show especially, you were guaranteed to have at least like 4 or 5 seasons, like guaranteed. Look at Riverdale. Riverdale stopped being good after season 1, and that show had many seasons, many seasons that it did not deserve. Don't come at me if you're a Riverdale fan. I just didn't care for the show. I watched season 1, I loved it. Started watching season 2, I was like, what is this nonsense? And then from what I was seeing on Twitter, it was just a lot of nonsense. I'm glad I wasn't watching it. So I miss when you were guaranteed to have a lot of seasons. Now, like, I go into shows like knowing that it's going to be whoa, what have I done here? Knowing that it's going to be what's going on? 1 second. Knowing that it's going to be what's going on here? The shows back then were just different. Like, you know that everybody was tuned in. Like, it was just so fun. Can we like go back to that era? Like, in streaming platforms like ruined a lot of stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, I mean, it used to be good when you actually didn't have to see the adverts and you were paying reasonable amount of money, but now it's just stupid amount of money, and you're getting ads, and you're not even guaranteed your show to last longer than 1 season. So my camera died. I charged it, but I must not have charged it fully. But my camera died, and I just continued building, and I think I got to bag 2. It's quite tedious because like there's just like many little parts. Like, we're building like a whole music video set. But yeah, I don't know how well this video is gonna turn out. I hope it turns out good. If you're seeing it, it means that I liked it, so that's why it's out for you to watch. I hope you've enjoyed me rambling about my favorite TV show. I feel like I spoke a lot more about Shadowhunters because that's my show. And the rest, obviously I was going to talk about a bit more, but obviously my camera died and I had to wait for it to charge, and I continued building and stuff, and I just, yeah. If you want more of my favorite TV shows and what I think about them, or what I thought about them, or what my current shows that I'm watching now are, just comment below and let me know if you want more. I'm trying. Anyway, I'm gonna show you what I've done so far. Before my camera died, I did finish the oh god, what's it called, the ice cream van. Like, look, it says dynamite, little ice cream cone and stuff. This is the like one, this is the ice cream van I tasted in front of the music video. Oh, and then I built some of the stage and some of the things. So we've got, god, why won't it focus? So we've got Namjoon with the blue hair. I don't know why it won't focus. No, I don't know how you guys do it. But you've got Namjoon with the blue hair, Jungkook there, Tae right at the back there, and Jin there. So that's the stage of the BTS logo. I'll show you the main part, which is the bag 2. So we've got the, oh my god, I don't know how to get it to focus. Does that focus? Inside there we've got like the little record. I don't know how to get it to focus, so you're gonna have to bear with Casey. So it's got like the little record stuff in there, like the Dynamite vinyl. It's got some vinyl thing playing in the back there. More BTS albums over there. Map of the 207. Wings over there. But yeah. I just, you know, I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it. So that's as far as I got while my camera decided to die on me. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want me to do more of this kind of videos, or if you've got ideas of how I can incorporate me talking about TV shows and movies, I'm open to ideas and stuff. Also, if you would like me to, if you've got any recommendations, TV show, movies that you would like me to watch and give my opinion on, let me know. I'm open to watching anything but horror. I don't do well with horror because I'm scared of everything. So no horror recommendations, please. But any other thing that you think is your favorite shows or movies that you would like me to watch and give my opinion on, comment below and let me know. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and see you guys next time.